Is Jack Nicklaus hitting out of a very blind.
Welcome back to the Teed Up Golf Podcast. Got two of the big hitters from the DP World Tour from 2024, and I'm absolutely stoked to have them both here with me. Aussie Open Week. It's raining here at Kingston Heath. Jordan Smith, welcome to the pod, mate.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Over from the UK, so we'll put some subtitles on there so everyone can understand you, mate. It's an absolute pleasure. And Dave Micheluzzi, six-timer now on the pod.
Six-timer, shit.
Six-timer. I've had you on here more than I've had hot dinners this year, mate. So it's
unbelievable.
Did you get a prize for that, or
nah,
a plaque? Yeah, a little plaque or something.
Social standing decreases.
Own microphone.
Yeah, where's my own mic?
But boys, Micha, firstly with you, finished tied fifth last week at the Aussie PGA up in Royal Queensland. It was crazy conditions throughout the week. Awesome tournament, seeing one of the young fellas get the job done. But how are you feeling? 24 hours on almost.
Yeah, good. Last week, obviously, new season, starting off fresh, which
big break,
which is nice. Yeah, all of 1 week, which is nice. That was good. Good to finally go back to a course that I know. It was very rare this year. I think there was only a couple courses that I played in Europe that I knew and I actually played pretty well at. So it was nice to go back and hear some Aussie accents and yeah, the crowds were unreal.
Yeah.
It was really nice to play in front of, and yeah, I played solid as well, and yeah, that party hole was great.
Yeah, mate, your status on the in Australian golf's gone through the roof the past 12 months. It's been unreal to watch. Now, Jordan, two-time winner on the DP World Tour. Haven't been out here since 2010. We spoke a little bit about this off air, and it's cool to have you back here in Melbourne. Like, how's it been? Playing the Aussie PGA. You had a decent week. I think you finished in tie for 21st. I believe.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
not a bad week.
No, it was right. I had the pleasure of Micha over there for the first 2 days. Show me how to do it. But no, it was my first time on that party hole, and that was incredible. I was like saying to the boys, like, we should have this every week. Just like they find the par 3, make it really short, just build like a grandstand around it, get the music pumping, people just there having beers and having fun. But yeah, it was class. Really enjoyed it, and obviously there was so many people there watching with obviously Cam Smith and those boys playing. Yeah.
It was unbelievable down the stretch. See Elvis Smiley get it done. Like, you know him well. He's a young fella here from Australia. He's now a DP World Tour winner. Sets him up quite nicely. It's crazy. Swings and roundabouts in golf, which you found out last year, you found out this year just how subtle these little differences can make to your career. 22-year-old, unbelievable what he's done. John, let's chat to you a little bit about your background. So, boy from the UK. You've won a couple of times on the DP World Tour, like I alluded to. Tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got into the game. I know you picked it up at 12 years old, so a little bit later
about 12, 13, I was just more into my football and rugby at the time. I just loved... I wanted to be a footballer, basically, growing up. Did all the sports, and then we moved home, when I was about 10. Moved to near the golf club that I grew up at, called Beauwood. And then me and my dad just thought, stuff it, let's give it a go, see what it's all about, and I was hooked.
Unreal. That's crazy, Micha. When did you start?
I was 3. But I did a lot of different sports, as like we've spoken about on the pod. But yeah, it's like at the same time. It's probably around I was about 11, 12 years old when I was like, golf's.
Yeah.
I think it's about that time when you go like, maybe this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
But obviously you love it so much, and then if you get good so quickly, it obviously helps. But like the love of the game, like if you love it, then you want to do it because you see all the greats that play, and you want to be like them and all that. I want to be like Smithy.
Yeah, I do too. I took it up at 29. And, I can imagine.
Bloomer.
Yeah, very, very.
You've got time, Champions Tour.
Champions Tour's coming for you.
Few years.
Fucking, what's his name? Old mate, Burn-Eyed Langer. I'm coming for you, mate. He'll be 95 and I'll be getting my card, so watch out. You've maybe won 100 times.
Frame.
Yeah, I'll take him down, mate. I'll kneecap him. I'll do whatever I've got to do. But, so that's pretty cool. How did you come through the ranks? So what's the pathway like in the UK? Like, I've had a couple of, POMs on here, but sort of never talked about the pathway. What was it like?
Well, I did did all the different tour schools as an AMI. I managed to get some funding off a few of the members at the golf club. They gave me a bit of money here and there to get me going. I went and did Asian Q school, didn't get through that. Did Sunshine Q school, didn't get through that, and then did European Q school and didn't get through that either. So it was all more of just like an experience and learning how to sort of play in those sort of scenarios. So now I had to start at the bottom at the mini tours. So a thing called Euro Pro. So I was on there for a season, and the top 3 on that got a Challenge Tour card, which is the one below DP Tour at the moment. And then spent a year on that and got my DP World Tour card from that, and then the rest is history. So just had to work my way up.
Pretty cool. That's a good way to do it, Micha. You've done it similarly, I guess. Yeah. Well, coming through the tours, earning your cards through playing, not through Q schools, which is absolutely crazy. I want to chat to you about your first major. You finished tied 9th, I guess, at the PGA back in 2017. I think you'd won on the DP World Tour.
That year,
Portugal?
Yeah, that was Germany.
Germany.
Yeah.
What was that like, sort of hitting the ground running so quickly? You'd only been a pro for 3 years at that time. What was it like then in your sort of landscape?
It was all just a bit of a blur because obviously, like I said, I came up through the ranks so quickly, and then everything's just a learning curve. So obviously I won one of my first season, obviously I had the top 10 in the major, and it's all just, you're just there, just enjoying it, just experiencing it. And then obviously as the years go on, you get more mental scars, and you have bad breaks, and then that sort of gets to your head a little bit. But obviously it was all just such a sort of quick progression that I was just there to enjoy it and embrace it. And you see like so many boys just come out, turn pro, and they win in their first year because they're just there to experience it all. And then later down the line, you see a few mental scars coming in here and there. They've had a few losses, and then that sort of happens. But I think just from it just being such a quick progression, it was just it's just one of those things that you just soak up and enjoy.
Yeah, did you feel like that was going to become just your life now? Like, hey, I'm a top level golfer, and it's just going to go on from here. And we see that a lot.
I mean, at that stage, I was like, I guess we'll just keep going, just see what happens. But and then obviously I didn't win for, what was it, 5 years after that. And then you start thinking, is it ever going to happen again? And then it did, and then your whole world of emotions come through, and then you're like, well, I can get back to winning ways. And it's nice to know that you can do it again. You can win a second time.
It's such a hard game.
But those 5 years, you have a few up and down, a few changes, and you changed caddy. I changed equipment, which was a massive change for me. It's just all a learning curve from that.
It's a nice brutal sport. The highs are high, the lows are bloody low.
Exactly.
And, to hang in like you do, like you guys just your careers go for so long in golf. Like, it can happen. I've seen Richard Bland, who went from, you probably know Bland. He's played 20 years on the DP World Tour. All of a sudden he's killing it on live, winning on the Champions Tour, just dominating. It's so you just got to play the long game.
It's crazy. Yeah.
So there's hope for all of us out there. Stick in there.
What? Where was the PGA? What?
Quail Hollow.
2017.
Just
2017. Yeah. So it was unbelievable. I actually bogeyed the last, so I was a bit
really
annoyed with that.
It's not, to be honest, it's not an easy golf hole.
Top 10 walk off blowing.
But I was a bit pissed off. But then I finished. They were like, you get an invite back because you finished top 15. Well, I was like, fuck me, this is brilliant.
Yeah.
Crazy. Let's chat about how you two became friends and met this year. I see the DP World Tour. You sort of see behind the scenes footage of the PGA Tour. You see the DP World Tour. You see all the other tours, but the DP seems to be the one most cultures coming together.
Yeah.
A lot of blokes traveling. Like you get to, I guess, stay in your home country a little bit when you're away. Well, close enough to get home. But how does it all work, and how did you two meet and become sort of, I guess, friends?
Yeah. Also, I know his caddy really well, Josh Reed, who caddied for Scriv a little bit. So that's how I got to know Jordan. Obviously, it was my first year out here, and then it was more through the start of the European stretch. We obviously came second together in Germany, and well done, Q. You're all over the shop, mate.
All good.
And then obviously we got to play. We played in Abu Dhabi, and then played last 2 weeks. So
Yeah, pretty much. It's just getting to know people on the road. And then you play with different people week in, week out. And then obviously we played and then finished tied second together in Germany. And then we got drawn together a couple of times. But you do find like English, Aussies, and like the Scottish, all Irish, all
South
sort of
Africans
stick
as well.
together.
Like they were all like feels like usually countries stick with countries.
Yeah.
Usually, most of the time, but like there could be like 5 different guys from 5 different countries, and we'll go out and have dinner, and it'd be just normal. Like we go out and have a chat.
You get like the French, Italian, and the Spanish. They sort of
kind of
stick together.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah.
Same cuisine. You've had 8 years out there, so you're probably one of the big dogs in town these days. You know, calling a few shots here and there. It's sort of like a prison yard.
He's the top dog.
Jay Smith, big dog. What's it like? What have you seen? Like different people coming through, and how does that sort of the dynamic work behind the scenes? It's you see the Aussie tour, everyone's slapping it up. They see each other every single week. It'd be similar for you guys, but does that work like that? Like,
yeah, I think obviously. I mean, this is my 9th season, just starting. So I feel like I've only been out here sort of 2 or 3 years because it just goes by so quickly. But yeah, you just get all the young guys coming through, and then that makes you feel even older, and everyone's bombing it and hitting it past you, and that makes you feel even older. And but no, it is good. Like the European tour is great. Like we get to see some unbelievable places. And travel not just around Europe, it's like Asia and like I said, like in Australia as well. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, everyone's so like close knit, and I mean it is a good laugh. You do find like a lot of the guys that go over to the States, they do struggle with that because in the States like everyone sticks to themselves. They don't really meet up for dinner or anything like that. So
it's pretty horrendous.
Yeah,
like it's actually like. Have you played many PGA Tour events?
No, just the majors, but obviously,
like you'd obviously been in the States, like you just literally either host hotel and all that, and you're just like sitting there, you're just like, what the fuck do I do, kind of thing. Like where I feel like in Europe, there's always guys that stay at the host hotels anyway, so it's like you either just meet up or whatever. You're on the same shuttle back, and you just. Oh, let's go get dinner.
Yeah,
it's just so simple like that. Where just in the US, I feel like it's you have your team and you just stick with your team, and that's it.
Well, it
which
feels
is
that
fine.
way.
Which is it's completely fine because they're there to do a job. But at the same time, like for me, I like enjoying it a little bit. Like I like actually enjoying my week
and like socializing and just like taking the mind off golf.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you got to be on when you're on at golf.
I feel like for me this year, because it's the first year that I've actually played a lot of events. I think I've played like 26 or some events. Like the 10 weeks you're on the road actually doesn't feel that long because you're actually socializing. You're not just sitting in a hotel room the whole time.
Yeah.
So that actually helps a lot more. Where I played a couple PGA Tour events mid last year. And I was there for 3 weeks, and it felt like I was there for fucking 8 weeks.
I think it's because everything's like the same there as well.
It's
like,
ridiculous.
You go from state to state, everything's the same. Whereas obviously in Europe, you go from country to country, and it's completely different.
And all that.
Different language.
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
Pretty cool. Let's chat about winning on the DP World Tour. You both came close this year. Both finished tied second together as friends at the BMW, which was
we planned it,
which was awesome. You planned it, nice. Can you plan a playoff and one of you win or something? That'd be a bit better. But like, talk about winning on the DP World Tour. Obviously, it's one of the best tours in the world. Like even more so now, it's sort of flattening out sort of the levels with the PGA Tour.
Yeah,
good players going over to live. So. Most watchable tour in my eyes. It's on a great time for Australians. It's on Sunday night. Perfect.
Yeah,
everyone's going to bed, sit up, glass of red. Happy days. The Jay Smith and Micha stripe show. But what's it like winning, and how does that feel being a winner now twice? But I guess we can speak about Portugal the most recent time. How's it feel to get it done?
I mean, it's incredible. It's one of the best feelings, knowing that you've finished top out of everyone that's there, and like I said, to do it the second time is just reinforcing that you can do it again and again. So yeah, it was pretty incredible. I mean, when I won in Germany, it was just I was so tired by the end of it. There was like no celebrating whatsoever. Me and my caddy got back to the hotel, had a couple of beers, and we were just we had to get a twin room because it was the only room left. But we were just there, just laying in bed, just like fuck me, what has happened? Like, it was just an absolute whirlwind. I had a couple of beers and we were like, should we just get room service and just chill? And we were just like so tired.
Yeah.
Because it's just so mentally draining.
It is.
But yeah, it's incredible. It's such a good feeling, and obviously, yeah, like doing it twice just reinforces it, which is nice.
Yeah, and coming close, like you've had a few seconds and
Yeah.
whatnot throughout your career, and you can talk to it now, Micha, as well. You've experienced it. How does it feel to sort of get to that? I've had Lee Westwood on, and I spoke to him about his near misses in majors, and just he goes, it's just shit. That was his answer. He goes, it's just fucking shit. Like, you know, you work so hard, you put yourself in a position to win, and then it doesn't happen, and then you know no one talks about you again. You're off to the next week. But how does it feel for you guys both finishing runners up this year, and you know it can be life changing winning an event like the BMW and what it can do for your career.
100%. And for me, where I was the 2 weeks prior, it was like it was not even close. Like I came. Did you play Amsterdam?
No, I didn't.
Where we had the protesters on the last day.
I was not there, but I heard about it. Yeah.
Fucking funny. Anyway, so that week I think I came second last. I shot like 80-80. I had something stupid, right? And then I had played well the next week in Italy, and then going to Germany. Like I just had no expectations. And I remember playing that practice round. I think me and Benji usually do like a birdie game.
Yep.
On a practice round, and I shot 9 under, like the easiest 9 under you've ever seen. I'm like, Benji, we're fucking winning this week. It's just like one of those feelings.
Yeah.
I had
Thanks for the heads up, mate.
3 double bogeys that week.
Yeah.
Came second. Yeah, it was just like, but it's just one of those ones like, I was there, but I wasn't because I finished birdie eagle.
Yeah.
To come second. So I was actually I was coming probably 10th.
It was unreal to watch as well.
With 3 holes to go.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
I remember watching it at home, and obviously having met you and played golf with you, nearly beat you once for the first 3 holes at PGA. I went birdie, triple.
Yeah.
And it was over. But just watching it and having an invested interest in guys, like even watching Elvis, we've had him on the podcast. Just you sort of have a good feeling and just going, like, come on, let's get it done. What about you? Like obviously finishing second as a winner, you know what it takes to get there and not getting there. What's the difference in winning and I guess losing?
2 shots.
2 shots, dickhead. Next question.
I think
I'd love that answer.
I think because you get so close, you want it so bad that it is like they say, it's like first loser, and you are gutted afterwards. But then obviously, like a couple hours go past, you're fuming. A couple hours go past, you sit down, reflect on it. You're like, actually, like we've had a great week. Like let's use this, take it into next week. But like you're saying, you went in with no expectations, and you usually find that the best weeks you have are the ones where you're not expecting to do very good.
Crazy.
But like you said, like one week you can literally finish last, next week you can go on and win. Like it's just like the craziest sport like you can play.
I was sitting 130th on the race to the buy.
Yeah.
And then 2 weeks later I'm 57th. It's like it set up my whole year.
Yeah.
So it's like I was gutted obviously not to win the BMW, but it's like at the same time it's just like I knew then I was like I've secured my card, and then like with all like the re-rank stuff later in the season with the back nine, it just made this like the season a lot easier because I probably wouldn't have got into the events in the latest stage of the year with the category I had. Yeah. So it was just crazy to think.
Last one about the DP World Tour, and we'll move on to this week. You know, like I mentioned before, multicultural tour. I want to ask you guys who are the big dogs in the locker room. Who's the guys who wield no towel? And then I want to ask you who are the more conservative guys and who are the nerds? Just pick one each.
So
who's the alpha?
Alpha, got to be Norgard, doesn't it?
Well, we were just saying this a minute ago.
Norgard definitely.
He's a big lad, a big Dane.
Big boy.
I think he's
good looking.
I think he's big in more than one way as well.
Yeah, he's just a big.
He's a unit. He hits at a country mile. I remember I played with him.
Take it for what you hear. He's just a big person.
Like, I remember I played with him at Green Eagle one year, and he was just hitting it 40, 50 by me the whole day, and I was like, this is so degrading.
It was like last week.
Yeah.
Like last week with Aldridge.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, he hits a big ball.
That's ridiculous.
For a 19-year-old kid.
Look at the bunkers he's in it over. We're like, we're going to struggle to get to.
It's just scary.
So that's Alpha. Then you got who else? Sorry, you got
nerd. Who's a nerd?
Like your Poindexters, your nerds.
Got to be Fratelli, doesn't it?
Oof.
I feel like he's he's a nerd.
He's just careful with his money, isn't he? That's
another one I could ask. Who's
tight.
very tight? Who's got no pockets?
Likes bringing
Very-
Tupperware into the,
he brings
the players'
Tupperware
lounge
into the players' lounge.
Who's that? Sorry.
Dylan Fratelli.
All right, Dylan, sort it out, mate. Sort it out. Well, I'll message you. We'll get that sorted.
I've got a friend that actually stayed with him on the Sunshine Tour, and they were sharing a house, and my mate was making a cup of tea for Dylan, and he made a cup of tea, and he was like, "Are you using one bag for each cup?" And he was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "I use one bag for 2 cups." So you're basically reusing a bag for another cup of tea,
Yeah.
just to save money. That's how tight he is.
Making money. I'll grab him a handful from here and send that over to him. And who's the funniest guy, the best practical joker behind
James
the
Morrison.
James Morrison. Yeah, by a country mile.
James Morrison.
He's an absolute lad.
Is he on my hit list for the pod? Do you reckon he'd be a good laugh?
He's here this week.
He's here this week. You need to get him on, 100%.
He's so funny.
He's here?
His missus is from Furtry Gully.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. I think when he finishes up golf, I think he's moving back here.
Jeepers, what? Moving to Ferntree.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
But yeah, he's a lad.
He's a funny.
And we're at the same golf club and live quite close to each other. So yeah, we're always out for dinner, and he's a good lad.
He's a funny
James Morrison, funniest guy on the DP World Tour.
By a mile.
Now, boys, we're here at the beautiful Kingston Heath, one of the best golf courses in the world. Aussie Major, the Aussie Open. Dave said to me before, behind the putting green, it feels like a major week, and just the expectation. It's a little bit rainy out there, and hopefully it clears up throughout the week. But we'll start with you, Dave. Back home, big dog now. You're a top 10 ranked golfer in the country. I did the rankings a couple of months ago.
Jesus.
Data Golf's got you in the top 5 or 6, I think, now. So you're
top 6?
Yeah, absolutely flying.
Fuck yeah.
Saw a lady come past, give you all the best. Said, "Well done, David." Before,
Yeah.
no idea.
Who she was, but anyway.
Paid
That's
actor,
nice.
paid actor. Sorted that out for her.
Rent a friend.
Yeah, cash only. But how's it feel coming back to play a major? And after the year you've had, it's pretty cool.
It's just coming back to Australia in general is just amazing. But yeah, having an Aussie Open where I can sleep in my own bed for the week is huge.
Yeah.
Last time I was here, I think I came tied 10th.
You're
when
leading
the Aussie Open
after the
was,
second round.
Yeah, I played with Scotty. It was the first time I played with Scotty and all that. It just good vibes. Courses, from what I've heard, are both in unreal condition. I was saying to the boys the whole year, I'm like, Aussie Open will be the best condition courses we play all year. I reckon Yas Links is pretty close.
I'm going to agree with you there. Yeah,
Yas Links
I
was
reckon it's going to be
ridiculous.
incredible this week.
But seriously, it's going to be a treat. Hopefully it doesn't soften up too much because we want a little bit of fire in the greens and all that. But yeah, just looking forward to having friends and family come out and watch. And
Yeah, it's around the corner from Cranny.
Yeah, and literally playing courses that I've played hundreds of times.
Yeah.
And just see how I go. And
Well, you
looking forward to it.
In form. And yourself, Jordan, you told me the last time you've been out here was 2010 for Pennant.
Yeah.
Coming back to Melbourne must be pretty cool. City's changed a lot, I guess, in the last 14 years. So what's it been like coming down?
Yeah, I'm on my way in there. I was driving around trying to figure out if I could recognise a few spots, but I didn't have an absolute clue because I think it's changed so much. But we played a Pennant match here, and I was just like, this place is absolutely incredible. So obviously when the schedule came out and I saw Kingston Heath, I was like, I'd like to go back to that and give it a crack. But I'm just looking forward to the whole week. I just hope the weather doesn't affect it too much like it did last week, and hopefully I'd love them to get it set up really, really tough, like firm, fast, tuck the pins away and just make it hard as nails.
Yeah, it's going to be great. So any people listening to this will be out on the Wednesday morning before play starts on the Thursday, so make sure you come down and get around these boys. Last week, Dave, you had the crowd in a frenzy on the 17th hole with a stomp clap. There was a very enthusiastic lady in a white shirt on the telecast as well. She was in sync with you the whole time.
Yeah.
What came over you, mate? You're a born entertainer.
I was just like, they were so good the whole week. And with what happened on Friday, obviously being cut to 54 holes, just have a bit of fun with them. They stuck it out. They stuck it out. They were there. Like it just means a lot to especially Aussie golfers as well. Like having crowds like that.
Yeah.
It just makes people want to actually come out and play the event.
Yeah.
And also the more guys we get out, like Jordan and all the European tour guys, like it it brings more people out.
Yeah.
And I don't know. If I did miss that 2-footer, because it was kind of like a little slippery and all that. If I did miss it, I was definitely not doing that. It was probably a putter throw over the fucking.
Did you have a
grandstand.
planned pre-putt?
Well, I was like, I'll do something, and then once I hold it, I'm like, we'll do thunderclap because that'll be easier to
It
get
was
around.
like you'd planned it and practiced it, mate. It was,
Oh, yeah,
it was unbelievable.
I've done it a couple of times.
No, you're very
In the bedroom in front of the mirror.
the old stomp clap.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you fucking idiot.
No worries. Jordan, big year for you. Just coming off, finished 11th on the Rolex rankings. Missed out by 10 points on securing your PGA Tour card. Really consistent year. I think the last 9 events, the worst finish was 35th at the Dunhill. Everything else was top 20. So rock solid. How are you feeling about that? I know it's been a couple of weeks on.
I'm fine now. At the time, I was fucking gutted. But it literally came down to 2 guys down the last.
Yeah.
I needed someone to par it and someone to bogey it or something like that, and they both birdied it. So it was kind of out of my hands. But it was just gutting because obviously you play your whole season, you work your bollocks off, and then it literally came down to 1 hole. So yeah, it was gut wrenching, but I'm fine with it now. Like now, you just set up your whole season for 25. Because obviously at the time it was all up in the air. I was like, am I going to go out to America? Am I going to be in Europe? Where am I going to be? What am I going to do? Where am I going to live? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But now it's all set in stone, so now I'm fine. But hopefully we can push it on and go one better and try and get one for next year. But
Yeah.
like I said, like it's fine. Like it's not the end of the world.
Yeah,
Like,
just
no
shows-
one's died, no one's been hurt or anything like that. It's only golf, so
Such a volatile sport.
Yeah.
And, it's like Scotty last year at the Aussie Open, he hit a wide ball on 7, and that sort of cost him the tournament, I guess, Adam Scott. And like even Hoshino in the playoff against Joaquim. Like just one little error just can, or whatever, even if it's not in your hands, it's just a brutal sport. So
I did literally miss like probably a 1.5 2 foot putt that week as well. So then I was looking back and I was like, shit, that was it.
brutal game.
Yeah, but you can look over that through.
You can look at you can look at the whole season.
Yeah.
the whole year. That's a tough one.
Yeah.
But like you've had a pretty fucking good season.
Yeah,
Not gonna lie.
it's been good considering
You just
it's such a
see
long
him
season.
through 36 holes. You just see him top 10 every fucking week.
You do.
And I'm like fucking shitting myself to make the cut.
Yeah, but
And then I meet him. I meet him up there somewhere.
Yeah,
Sometimes.
finish tight second together. Birdie, eagle. But,
Exactly.
yeah, mate, crazy. It's so good to have you guys come out as well, Jordan, and to have good representation from the DP World Tour and a co-sanctioned event with you, Micha, as well, and all the other crews, and Funny Man Morrison out here and all that sort of stuff. So it's great to have like the represent, and for Aussie golf, like what is happening here at the moment with Liv, what the eyes that they're bringing, the double hole up there on the 17th, and everything that's going on. To have you guys come out, it's awesome, and I want to thank you from all the Aussie public for making the trip down and braving the shocking Melbourne weather this week.
Yeah,
And
what's going on?
I know.
It'll be fine.
I'll have a chat with a few people and we'll try and sort of a big hitter down here. And Micha, mate, always love having you on.
Pleasure.
And thanks for teeing up Smithy for me.
Nah, no worries.
Yeah,
I thought
thanks.
we're playing together. I'm like, what are you doing Monday?
And I was like, day off.
Day off.
Don't talk to me.
Yeah, I'm like, shit, mate.
Q needs you.
Q would really love you on the pod. Like, big fan.
Yeah, massive fan.
He goes.
I said, who's Jordan Smith?
He goes, fuck. yeah.
No, I wanted Jordan Spieth, not Jordan Smith.
Nah.
The wish version. Nah, I'm just joking.
Oh,
I've had that a few times. I sent up to a pro-am and then they're like, we're expecting Jordan Spieth. I'm like, well, you got me instead, so fuck off.
Go and find it for me.
Yeah.
No, it is like what you said. It is cool seeing everyone out, and I think also the schedule changing, no events clashing anymore, makes it possible. Which is great from the tour to do that, because I think it's only going to grow in the years to come with how big these events will be, and obviously the party hole last week, like what we said, like that should be almost every week.
Yeah, 100%.
And I feel like if they do that more, it's just going to only bring more people in. It's just going to make more money for the tournaments, and it's going to be bigger and better. Awesome. And then more players will see it. They'll want to come out.
Yeah.
And Yeah, it is a fucking long way. I know.
It is.
I know it's a long way, but
Especially when it pisses rain for 2 days.
Yeah, exactly right. But
It's like you're at
nah,
home.
it is.
Yeah, I know. I'm used to this. It's just a bit warmer.
No, but boys, with all seriousness, thanks so much for your time. I'll let you go get out and practice in the rain or all your other media commitments. But yeah, pleasure to have
No
you
problem.
on. And
Thank you.
We'll see you out there throughout the week.
Thanks, mate.
Cheers,
Pleasure.
mate.
Cheers, boys.
Thank you very much.
You guys are very good at the media. You should do podcasts. Thanks for listening to another podcast from Produce's Clubby Sports Network. If you enjoyed the show, then it would be a massive help if you could like, follow, rate, subscribe, tap the bell, leave a review, or even share it with your friends. If you want to get in touch to share feedback, suggestions, or to advertise with one of our podcasts, then email hello@producer.com. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.